Hi, welcome to Andrew Buckle book review of The Illustrated Journey, 60 Years Through Space and Time. And if you haven't worked it out, it's about Doctor Who and the TARDIS by Daryl Joyce, forward by Sophie Aldred. And on the back, I mean, look at that spectacular. And it's from Telos, so telos.co.uk. Obviously got a connection with Doctor Who. And, well, wow, it is a hefty book, actually. It is quite a chunky book. Cost me £36. I think that's about the standard price for it. Please check the Telos website, of course. I've got a few books about Doctor Who. I love Doctor Who. I remember sort of vaguely William Hartnell, watching it all the way through Patrick Troughton, John Pertwee, all the years. Well, I think this book probably is the best book I think I've ever seen about Doctor Who. It is staggering. The BBC have missed a golden opportunity not doing a book like this, because this is, wow. I love art books about TV series, like Art of She-Hulk, The Art of This, Mandalorian, all those things. Well, it's not really the art of, because it's not background sketches, the design sketches of the thing, but this is just, wow. And I'm going to show you. I'm just going to show you, because it is a very unique way of doing it. I don't think I've ever seen anything done like this. There might be other examples. I was thinking maybe Star Trek. Star Trek would be brilliant if they did this. As a reference, this is just, well. And of course, it's coming up to the anniversary. And they're going to apparently, I think, I saw somewhere, they're going to put them all on the iPlayer, all the ones that, of course, exist. BBC, of course, got rid of a number of them. They're obviously animated now, some of them, but still. I am looking forward, if they are going to show a lot of old, this is going to be the brilliant, best reference to go through all those episodes. And it's just the most amazing paintings all the way through. Just stunning. I say, I don't think I've ever seen a book as good as this for Doctor Who. I've got, like, over the years, lots of Doctor Who books. This is just brilliant. There's all details there. And got a lovely introduction forward, I should say. I mean, just look at that. Just a beautiful picture there as well. And it goes through every single, not episode, because of course it's not good, but every single story that Doctor Who's ever had. And you've got the start point. And I mean, just, and obviously this scene, obviously that scene never really happened. I don't think it's ever seen where he like stands like that. And I don't think the TARDIS ever looked like that back in the day. But still, it just looks magical. Absolutely. Season 1, Foreman's Yard, obviously there. Scrap Merchants, 76 Totters Lane. And wow. But it goes through every single, just, unless, I mean, I'm not going to show everything. Keys of Marinus. So you've got Keys of Marinus. You've got that one there, the Keys of Marinus. Now, there's some that got a couple of, obviously, pages. Some haven't. Some only just one. And you've got here, like, the Reign of Terror. Some, of course, I don't know if Reign of Terror still exists or not. I don't think. Maybe does, I don't know. And sometimes they're really odd, some of the pictures, like Planet of the Giants. I mean, that's a very unusual one. Of course, you've got Dalek Invasion of Earth. But I mean, as a reference, this is just awesome, because if you're just thinking, I wonder what's happened in that episode or whatever, you can just go to this and you think, yeah, I remember that. Or, yes, that looks really interesting. And sometimes some of the pictures just make it so good, much better than probably was ever in the original. I mean, look at that. I mean, the Crusades, I mean, that just looks spectacular. But of course, they were all in black and white. So you never ever would have seen it like that. Obviously, the actors who were actually on the stage. So, well, did they see it in black and white as well? No, of course not. Season 3, and I love the fact they've done this as well. Season 3, you just got all the, I just think that's brilliant. Just a nice little summary of all the things, sort of like narrowly explained, blah, 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 Planet Galaxy 4. Thoroughly enjoyed that. I watched the animated ones recently, and that was just superb. Much better than the actual original, which was pretty awful. There's only a couple of episodes of those in the original, but it was, and I love that one. Just brilliant. Leatherman there going through there, Dalek. Not just wow. Evil Daleks, not Dalek Invasion, Evil Dalek, and I loved it. Absolute Wheel in Space. There's just page after page after page of truly awesome. Fury from the Deep. I mean, I love that Fury from the Deep. That's one of my favourites. That was just the weird, those seaweed creatures. And it was just so, that, of course, that season, the one with the Yetis, the Web of Fear. Now, the Yetis are the one, actually, some of this, I'm not saying everyone is brilliant. There's the Web of Fear. I think that could have been probably done slightly better. But I mean, there's a few you think, but good 80% of the pictures just look amazing. Absolutely amazing. I just absolutely love. I mean, look at that one, the invasion. Staggering. And I love this one here, Spearhead from Space, of course, the Autons. That was just a classic. Of course, John Pertwee, getting into John Pertwee. And it's going through each, obviously, their season 7. No, I can never remember the seasons. When it comes to seasons, I just remember John Pertwee and that sort of thing. So if someone said, what episode season was that? Could be any season. But you've got Colony in Space. You've got Day of the Daleks. Oh, that's great, that one, Day of the Daleks. And you also got here the Curse of Peladon. You've got them all. Everything. So it's just an amazing reference. That's why I was saying it would be great if you actually had sort of a book of, say, like if you're a Star Trek fan or Battlestar Galactica, or just have every single story all with the or Buffy the Vampire Slayer. All those sort of ones. Imagine that, because that was 7 seasons. You know, you could cover in easily a book, just paintings like this. And sometimes that captures it far more than a photo. A photo's great, but I think a painting just captures the whole essence of a story. Sometimes, I mean, look at that. I mean, that, you just, wow. If that, you see the photo of that, I'm certain the photo looks okay, but nothing spectacular. You got Terror of the Zygons. I mean, all these ones, just amazing. I mean, this one, Deadly Assassin. Now, there are some episodes I just didn't like. I have to say that, of course, over 60 years, there's going to be a few duff episodes that you just think, oh, really? That was not good. But there's some like Talons of Wang Cheng. Never said that right, but whatever. I mean, that's awesome. Look at that. Now, that would be straight out of a James Herbert, wouldn't it? Just amazing, that rat just jumping out. Imagine you wouldn't want to face him, would you? I think that's even more terrifying than the one that was in the original. The one in the original was not that terrifying, I don't think. But that is just awesome. Warrior's Gate. So there's some of the like Peter Davison ones where I started to sort of drift off. Colin Baker, definitely drifted off with the Colin Baker period. I was at university off to work and everything, and it just sort of, I just didn't watch them. So it was 5 Doctors. I remember watching that one. I love that one. Resurrection of the Daleks. I mean, that's just great. Again, and this book is just brilliant for, like, if you love, like I do, all these sort of scenes of alien worlds, paintings of. I think this is just absolutely great. Now, are they as spectacularly brilliant as some books I've seen of painting, of alien worlds? No, they're not. But still, I just think this is going to be a book that I'm just going to pore over, look through, and as I say, a reference to Doctor Who. It's an absolute gem. Absolutely. Even features, of course, the TV movie, which I sort of liked. It was okay. Actually, I love the actor more than anything. He's great. But I just wasn't the world's greatest one. New Earth. And some of these, of course, I think, oh. And I think this is always the way with some of the more modern ones. I can't say I remember every single episode. I mean, some, obviously, Empty Child and those sort of ones. But there's certain episodes that I think, oh, you know what, New Earth. I don't remember that one. Must watch it. And that's the great thing about Daleks in Manhattan. That had an interesting premise, but was not my favourite. This one, Shakespeare's Code. I love that one. Anything like those sort of ones. The historical ones, always ones I just generally enjoy. Not all. Again, Fires of Pompeii. That was brilliant. I love that one. Great episode. Journey's End. And sometimes I look at them and I think, well, actually, it sort of sums it up well, but I must admit, some of them I think Day of the Moon. Not one I can particularly remember. I probably do. As soon as I watch it, I know if I put it on, I would remember the episode straight away, but that's not the point. It's just when you look at it and think, actually, that looks a bit I love that one. The Orient Express. That was just great. I love that one. That was a good episode. I love the Orient Express anyway. Agatha Christie, of course. I mean, it's just, and this one, The Haunting of Villa. Oh, brilliant. I mean, that was just, for me, it was one of my favourites. The Haunting of Villa, what can I say it? Dati. Byron and Shelley and all those. That was just brilliant. Just love that. I've never been there. I would love to have visited the place. That'd be just brilliant to see the place. But anyway, War of the Sontarans. The only disappointment about this book, it starts to run a bit thin with the Peter Capaldi ones. I don't know if I don't know if there's any stories missed. I don't know any of the stories missed. And maybe there are, maybe they're not. I don't know. But I have to say that it's slightly disappointing. Jodie Whittaker didn't get any. There's nothing of Jodie Whittaker. So you're a fan of Jodie Whittaker and you come into this thinking, oh, you know what? You've got all these. She's not here. It stops that before that. And then, look at that, just beautiful. I mean, this book is just, what's this one? And that's The Village of the Angels. See, again, the one I just think if you turn around and said, what's the title of that? Village of the Angels. And it mentions the places as well. Mediton, Devon, England, Earth, 1901. Yeah, it's just great. And then it's got some nice sketches at the back, which are lovely. Got here, obviously, illustrate. Actually, I'd love to see a book of all those as well. That would be just brilliant. But it's just gorgeous. This book, if you're a fan of Doctor Who, I think this has to be on your shelf. I mean, this is just a reference book that is probably, well, I think pretty unique. And I'm really glad I just was looking through Amazon and I just saw it and I thought, oh, that sounds interesting. Just reading just a few reviews and I looked a bit further and I thought, wow, this is definitely lives up to, and for me, yes, it's expensive. I'm not saying 35, it's but I mean, just pictures throughout this are just, and this is going to be a sort of book that's on your bookshelf and you, I'm certain, will pick up and look through and go, wow, just beautiful, beautiful book. I loved it all the way through. So, Illustrated Journey, and this is by Daryl Joyce, 60 Years Through Space and Time. So, if you're looking for a Christmas present for a Doctor Who fan as well, I think this is one you'd say this is one you'd definitely be looking to get because, wow, brilliant book.